Welcome to this explainer on the Oakville Next Chapter Guide. Look, downsizing isn't just swapping one set of house keys for another, right? It's a massive life transition. So today, we are completely throwing out the high-pressure sales pitches. Instead, we're going to walk through a really thoughtful, structured approach to right-sizing your home, and, more importantly, your lifestyle.
Okay, let's dive into this. For so many of us, this whole journey doesn't actually kick off with a for sale sign getting pounded into the front lawn. It starts way quieter than that. You're just sitting there having your morning coffee, and this simple internal question pops up. Does this home still fit the way we live today? And hey, if you find yourself asking that, I want to validate something right out of the gate. Downsizing is almost never a quick overnight decision. It's a deeply personal process, and it unfolds over time. It's this gradual realization that your current space might just not be serving your daily needs anymore. And honestly, there's absolutely no rush to figure it all out today. Take a breath. We're just exploring.
So, let's look at Section 1, the quiet realization. When does downsizing actually start to make sense?
Like I said, there's rarely a single lightning bolt moment. More often, it's just a series of small, practical signs. Maybe you're realizing you're paying to heat and cool 3 guest rooms that you only ever go into twice a year to dust. Or, that weekend yard maintenance, it suddenly feels way more like a part-time job than a relaxing hobby. If your lifestyle has shifted, or even if you're just starting to think ahead to that next phase of life, reassure yourself that you are definitely not alone here. These quiet thoughts happen long before any cardboard boxes are actually packed.
Which brings us to a major decision. Section 2, renovate or move. The crossroads. And this brilliantly illustrates the 2 paths you essentially have in front of you. On one side, staying and renovating makes perfect sense if you absolutely love your location, the fundamental layout of the house still works for you, and you really just need some cosmetic updates to stay there long term. But on the flip side, moving is for sure the better choice if your current layout fundamentally clashes with your lifestyle, or if you're just entirely tired of the constant upkeep and you're truly ready for a different, maybe slightly lighter pace of life. Clarity right here cuts through so much confusion. Moving on to Section 3. Envisioning your next chapter. What does the next step actually look like?
Let's replace the fear of the unknown with some really exciting options, starting with bungalow living. The perks here are just incredibly sought after. Think about it. Complete main floor convenience. That means your days of hauling a heavy laundry basket up and down a steep flight of stairs are officially over. Plus, they offer inherently lower maintenance and hold phenomenally strong long-term value. Let's move to and see how this builds with townhomes. These are a fantastic middle ground. They offer a really beautiful balance of space and simplicity, and they often feature newer, open-concept layouts designed for the way we actually live today. Plus, they give you the comfort of being in a community-oriented setting, but without the massive exterior upkeep of a traditional standalone property. And finally, condominiums. If you're looking for ultimate freedom, this is it. This is where you get that true lock-and-leave lifestyle. Honestly, want to travel for a month? You literally just lock your front door and go. No worrying about the lawn or the roof. Plus, you usually get access to some pretty fantastic building amenities right down the hall. It's a real game changer for so many empty nesters. All right, let's get into the practical realities. Section 4, the financial picture, understanding value and costs. Getting a clear, realistic picture of what your current home could sell for is obviously step 1. But, a quick warning, relying on those automated online estimates can be pretty dangerous. Algorithms regularly miss the crucial stuff, like your specific street or micro-location, the custom updates you've done, and the actual buyer demand in your exact price range. And most importantly, an algorithm literally cannot measure how a buyer feels when they walk through your front door. That emotional connection is huge, which is exactly why a tailored, local perspective makes all the difference. Your home's value goes way beyond just its square footage. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it shows this is not just about a top-line sale price. You really need to understand your net proceeds, as in, what's actually left in your pocket at the end of the day. You've got to budget for things like land transfer taxes and make sure you're properly covering transition costs, legal fees, movers, the whole shebang. But the ultimate metric of success here, lifestyle alignment. Freeing up equity is fantastic, sure, but the true goal is making absolutely sure your finances align with the new life you want to live. Okay, let's slow things down a bit for Section 5, the emotional journey, the complex feelings of leaving home. You're not just moving, you're leaving behind years of memories. Let that sink in for a second. It's a heavy realization, isn't it? You are stepping away from a physical space that hosted irreplaceable family milestones. It is completely 100% normal for this to feel incredibly complex. Validating that emotional attachment to such a meaningful place, it's an absolutely crucial step before you can even think about moving forward. Because there's a profound duality to downsizing. It's like a scale. On one hand, you have the heavy emotional anchor of what you're leaving behind, the rich memories, the milestones, a place that truly meant something. But on the other side, you are moving toward a real sense of lightness, greater personal freedom, and a home that actually supports your current life, rather than constantly demanding your energy. And you know what? Both of these things can exist at once. You can deeply honor the weight of your past while simultaneously embracing the freedom of your future. Let's bring that optimistic energy into Section 6, a simple path forward, navigating the transition at your own pace. We want to give you a clear, low-pressure roadmap, and it breaks down into 5 finite, manageable steps. First, simply start the conversation. That's it. Second, understand your home's true value. Third, go out and explore what's actually available out there. Fourth, deeply consider what fits your new lifestyle. And fifth, only move forward when the timing feels exactly right. The major takeaway here? Every single one of these phases happens entirely at your own pace. So the crucial point is, knowing what to do is just as important as knowing what not to do. Common pitfalls include waiting too long to explore your options, which kind of just limits your choices later on, or over-renovating your current home right before selling it. Definitely watch out for that one. A lot of folks also underestimate the emotional toll, or they just don't understand what's actually available to move into. And of course, making massive decisions without a clear plan. Gaining clarity on these points today is going to save you a tremendous amount of stress tomorrow. And hey, speaking of timing, there's this huge misconception out there that you have to time the real estate market perfectly. Well, let's just burst that bubble right now. The best timing is based entirely on your life, not the market. There is no perfect time. But having these early conversations today, that's what provides the clarity and the peace of mind you'll need tomorrow, regardless of what the external market trends are doing. To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final active question to really ponder as we close out. Are you improving your home for your future, or are you just holding on to something that no longer fits? Take some time to sit with that as you write your next chapter. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope this brought you some valuable clarity.